Today I'm replacing the PCV valve on my 2005 Honda Civic. This hose right there, that goes down to the PCV valve, which looks like it's easier to access from the bottom than from the top. So we're gonna go give that a shot. So this is your PCV. It's actually, I think it's pressure control valve. So you say PCV valve, it's pressure control valve. So it's probably a PC valve, not a PCV valve. Anyways, enough of that. This just regulates crankcase pressure, and once they get old and worn out, apparently they start to allow oil through. And this thing has a very slow oil leak. I mean, I was just under there. Haven't loosened the other one off yet, but I replaced the oil pan gasket last year, and I thought that's where the oil was coming from. It doesn't leak enough to leave a drip on the driveway, but there is oil underneath the car. So I've either got a crank seal leaking, because it's mostly on this side. I just leaked a bit of antifreeze, took the valve, or took the cap off, and it sprayed a bit. It wasn't hot, it was just still pressurized from being hot, I guess, I don't know. And I replaced the cap, because I'm also losing some antifreeze, which is also not leaving a puddle on the driveway. So I'm gonna get up over there and replace that PCV valve now, or PC valve. And you'll need some pliers to take the clamp off the hose. This is just to help pull the hose off easier in tight spaces. And a ratchet with a 17 millimeter deep socket, or even a 17 millimeter wrench would work. So that's it right there. So I'm gonna take this clamp off and turn that guy out. It's all still quite hot. Had it running. And while we're down here, surprised it's not leaving a drip on the driveway, because there's a drip. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a drip hanging right there. And it's like dripping all the way down. Everything's covered in oil. How's that for a trippy ride? Ay, sorry for the camera. So something's leaking more than I thought. So that's covered in oil. That's all covered in oil all the way up into there. It's dry on the back, I think. Well, that's gonna take some further investigation. I might have a leaky head gasket, which would also explain the antifreeze disappearing. Oh, let's do this PCV regardless, and then it's done. Okay, step one is take the clamp, move it back. gotta try to loosen the hose on there. So it's loose on there now. And push it off. Oh, can't really see. I hope the camera can see. Oh, there we go. You can see the screen. Turn this guy out. Put the new one in. Just gotta make sure you start it right so you don't cross threads. Get that hose out of the way. Looks right. There we go. And give it a good snug. Reach up, grab your hose, put it back on. Okay, I'll get the pliers. There. Done. Just like that. New PCV installed. So this is what the old one looked like. Doesn't mean it's failing, but it sure does have some crusties on there. And I got some diagnosis to do on an oil leak. But for today I'm going to top the oil off. Doesn't take a lot. Looks worse than it is, I guess. And then finish burping the system. It's low on coolant. So I have one of these coolant burpers on here as well. And then we're off to the city again. So I'm going to take this wheel off one of these times and take all the plastic shrouding off in there and take a look over there I don't know, it looks like it's leaking all the way around the oil pan, but I guess if it leaks down the front here, because I can see, I don't know if it'll focus down there. There we go. There's oil there. And that's just under the head. Off the motor mount there. So yeah, I guess I got some more figuring out to do. But that's all for today. Hope it was helpful. I'm gonna clean up and get ready to go.